Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Xillia. Last time what happened was we kinda jumped on a boat. We're kinda screwed. But anyways, saving the game. Should have done this before the recording. But yep. Now we got an interesting little, like, adventure mode style kind of thing.
That captain needs to lay off a bit. Is he planning to grill us the entire voyage?
What do you expect? We don't have any sort of identification.
Speak for yourselves.
I can't believe we're heading to Azul.
Look, we're leaving Fenmont's spirit climb. You said you're a med student. Didn't expect that.
Hey, can I ask you something? Why did you save us? What's in it for you?
Well, cash, of course.
How does saving us make you money?
Simple. I figure you must be in serious trouble if the military's after you. Now that I've swung to your rescue and impressed you with my daring do, I can charge you for my services.
Charge us what? I'm nearly broke.
Same goes for me, I'm afraid.
Seriously? I take more than just cash, you know. Don't you have any precious metals? Jewels? Rich relatives about to croak?
Nothing on me. Everything happened so fast.
I doubt I have anything that would sell for a high price either.
What exactly do you do, Alvin? You look like a soldier, but you sure don't act like one.
You're on the right track, kid. I'm a mercenary. It's better than being a soldier. We don't have to follow orders. We set our own hours, and we help people. For a price.
Well, it would seem like you have
Mercenaries are quite a big thing in the Tales of series.
Well,
I think the
it's a
earliest
trade.
state of a mercenary, I think,
Maybe
was
I'll find
Tales of
some paying
Symphonia.
customers in Anjou.
Sorry about that.
Charity work. Wonderful. Are we there yet?
So this is Azul. Azul. I can never pronounce that right. I'm sorry, guys.
It's hard to believe we're in a whole different country. Although it feels just like home.
Well, this part of Azul is hardly what I'd call exotic.
Huh. Hey, there's a map. Let me check it out for a bit.
I mean, we don't really need to check it out.
Brave kid. The way he plays it cool.
Decided to make the best of it, has he? He's not as immature as he looks.
Would it kill you to show a little concern? I mean, you dragged him into this, right?
He insisted on helping me. I told him again and again to go home, but he wouldn't listen. He's here of his own accord.
I see. He believes he got himself into this mess, so now he has to put on a brave face. Either way,
Try to
he's
you
still
hear that
acting
water
like an
pipe.
adult.
Like, something's going off my house, and it's like a weird water pipe thing.
So, you leaving now?
No. Alvin, you must be well versed with a sword. Mercenaries like you must have some battle chops.
Well, yeah, of course.
Could you teach me how to use one? I don't have the four to back me up anymore. If I can't wield a sword, what's left?
The four? Not sure I follow. But I'd be more than happy to teach you. If only you had some cash.
So you won't help?
Here, how about we make some moolah while I train you?
What do you mean?
Well, There's got to be some paying customers here in the Sea Haven, right? Let's take a look around.
Okay. Subquest! Yay! We're gonna do a lot of these because they're kind of a big thing in this game. Okay. Oh, we missed the characters kit! Ah!
There. You've got a request, right? How about letting us handle it?
Oh, you're mercenaries. Oh, perfect timing.
What kind of request?
Someone's got a problem with monsters, and we get paid to solve their problem.
Oh. So by taking on these jobs, you get the reward, and I get the practice.
Right. Everybody wins. Well, except the monsters.
Very true.
Okay, hit us with the details.
Some monsters we've never seen before are lurking near a lake west of the Sea Haven. A lot of people depend on that lake for water, so those monsters have become a real nuisance. I'm looking for someone to exterminate the beasts.
No problem.
What's the reward?
Cash, of course.
You heard the woman. Thoughts?
Sounds fine to me. Fighting monsters will be good training.
Excellent. Now these beasts are no pushovers, so please watch yourselves.
We will. Thank you for concern. Not gonna really need a lot of
About
it.
your sword training. The monsters aren't just going to stand there like training dummies, you know? We should go over some basics first.
No, I'm good.
I appreciate it.
Oh, I know. Is this cutscene or is this actual training? So I'm not gonna do actual training.
Ready your sword. Well, that'll do.
You have my gratitude.
Shall we go?
Wait, Jude. Take a moment to consider your situation. You don't have to stay with me anymore, you know.
Right.
Now that we've crossed the border, it'll be a while before any pursuers from Rashugal get here.
What are you suggesting?
Just that he still has some time to think things over.
Sorry, I'll make up my mind by the time you set off.
Okay, very well. Let's go and complete that request.
You thought you were doing the right thing. Now you're on the run. That's a pretty tough lesson for a kid your age.
Yeah, but I brought it upon myself.
I hope you guys are enjoying this by part 3. Because this game is going to be a lot of just going around doing... Oh no, is that the same? That's the same one. The key of catalysm.
This was surging with mana when they activated their so-called Lance of Kresnik. So this must be the key they used to arm it. Do you want something?
Whoa, hold your fire. I come in peace. Can't a mercenary have a friendly chat with his clients?
That much is fine. But when you want to chat, you needn't hold your breath and sneak up behind me.
Sheesh. You make me sound so unsavory. Do you berate poor Jude like this too?
I don't intend to berate anyone. That was never my intention.
Do try to be gentle with him. Boys can be so vulnerable.
That's a surprisingly tender sentiment.
That's what it says on my business card. The mercenary with a heart of gold.
Those are good words to live
Something else of gold, but probably not a
Although,
heart.
with a motto like that, I can't imagine you'd live very long.
Not the type to sugarcoat things, are you?
Sounds kind of like me, honestly. I actually do dislike sugarcoating things if it's not necessary. There are some things that are necessary, and there's some things you can just be like completely blunt upfront about. So, fun thing about Sea Havens are, they're kind of littered with a couple collectibles. And for those who haven't been following how I play, collectibles are a major thing for you. 5 gal, that doesn't do a whole lot. So, going over Sea Havens, they will always have a vendor. They will always have an item shop, a weapon shop, and an armor shop. So, right over here is a vendor. I believe he will sell a variety of goods, because it's not just an armor. And also, they'll always have an inn. The inn is also a fantastic place to go to get some very unique food and other things you might want.
Let's see.
What are you up to?
Just trying to organize all of my notes for my thesis.
Those in the books at a time like this? You sure are studious.
Yeah, probably a waste of time. I'm sure I've already been expelled being an X-marked criminal and all.
Ah, cheer up, kid. If I get a chance, I'll testify to the military and the school on your behalf. Shouldn't be hard to make the case that you're just a poor kid who got sucked into this.
Thanks. But aren't you a wanted criminal too?
Ah, that. I guess I did flee along with you.
So if we get captured, I'll testify for you. I'll tell them that you're nowhere near as shady as you look.
I'll take it as a
I forgot that line was actually a thing. Okay, sorry guys, I'm going to be reading alongside them. So, oh sorry, accessory shops. Did I say accessory shops? I think I did. So, how shops work is obviously you go in, you buy stuff. But there is a catch to this. As much as you buy, you could put points to a shop. Basically, whatever you buy from them, they put the gald into points. I'll go over this at a much later date because it's not very necessary right now because we're kind of A, low on items and material, and B, yeah. So, I said I wasn't going to go into the menus just yet, but now I'm going to go into the menus. So you have your items, your arts, so you can change what arts you're having, or if you want, you could give certain direct abilities. So like, let's say, as I'm playing Jude, I want to have Alvin cast Demon Fang. I could literally do that by hitting the up direction in battle while we're in a... up direction when we're in a battle on the right analog stick, and he will do that move. So that's useful if you want to do it. I don't generally make a habit of using that, but it's there for you if you want. So we have it on semi-automatic. I'm going to change that right off the bat. I love taking control of my characters, and I love doing what I do for this game. Now if you have other players like Mila's in the slot 2 right now, you put it into manual and give slot 2 or player 2 the control, player 3, etc, etc. So, going over abilities as it is thus far. Demon Fist, as you can see, we used it 70 times. That's going to go crazy amounts of, it's going to go higher as we use it, obviously, and that also dictates of what skills we will learn. Unlike most Tales of games of the past, mostly Symphonia, I don't believe this has a limit. You could learn every skill in this game without having anything hinder you. So, Demon Fist is a version of Demon Fang. While a Demon Fang is basically you put your sword on the ground and, you know, make it go skywards. Demon Fist is just an uppercut. Healer we could use as a magic skill, and that will heal obviously anyone around us, or in a special case, our chains. We'll go over this in the next area because it's actually going to show the tutorial for it. And that's it for Jude as of currently. We'll talk about other stuff later, but yeah. Alvin has Demon Fang, which is just Demon Fist but with swords, and Tiger Blade, where it is a stage of swinging the blade up and then down, basically a 3-stage attack. It is very useful if you're going to be doing like a heavy hit run, because that is actually how you're going to get a lot of combos. And Alvin has a certain ability that we'll go over later. Mila, she's the mage right now. She doesn't have any sword skills, so she has Fireball, which is just fire, and then Wind Lance, which is just like a wind projectile. They're both projectiles. Not very useful, not very helpful. So, for items, this is how you check like what you got and what you don't have. You go into the new tab and see what you got like previously, just in case you forgot something. Dishes, weapons, all this stuff is what you think it is. But if we go into the very last one, is DLC. I'm going to get all this DLC out of there because I actually do have some funny setups I want to use, and it does require me to use a lot of this. So, I forgot to mute my computer. That's my bad. Sorry about that, guys, for those who heard that thing. So yeah. Now we have DLC stuff and equipment now. Going over this. Basically, any RPG fan will ever tell you, like, this is just how you upgrade stuff. So I'm actually going to put the cape on Mila, mostly because I think she's the weakest one, and she probably needs it the most out of all of us. Lithium Orbs. As you level up, you get points to upgrade your Lithium Orb, and you can do an auto-select, which I hate, and I don't recommend it ever. But you can customize how you build your characters from this, and it's actually pretty in-depth of like what you want and what you could get. So let's say I want Soaring Vortex. I could get that, but how it works is you gotta get the first two and then link it with these two. That makes no sense how I explain it, but yeah, just know it's there. It's actually very useful to do right now. But Alvin has his already started, so he has a bit of everything minus magic. So, I'm going to take the time to actually upgrade the characters that I want them to. So I want Mila to be more a magical and physical person. And she's going to get a skill right off the bat with this. And these are different than the arts you get. These are actual skills. So we have monetary gain. So that's a skill. Wow, this is art. Arts are obviously a lot different than they are anything, but sometimes you want to balance the two between arts and skills, just because a lot of the time skills will help you a little more, in my opinion. Okay, so for Jude, I actually do want Jude to basically be the overall, like, tank. So let's give Jude some speed and HP buff. So yes, when you see HP and TP, that means you're getting different things. So TP is basically what you use for your arts, and HP is what you use to not die, basically. And then you have SP, which is your skill points. We'll go over that in a few minutes, because I need to get over this. We're going to jump right over skills and go to strategy. Strategy is basically how you organize your AI teammates to do whatever the hell you want them to do. I generally leave it as is, because I don't really care about them. Library, event list. Event list is just basically like what side quests you've done and what main story thing you're tackling now. Library has a bunch of different things. You have titles, which we will get into much later, because titles are very interesting and very unique in a way that you have to play the game a couple hours and you'll finally get it. Battle Book. Battle Book is basically like your little tutorials and what you might need to learn how to do certain things. I'm never going to use it. Enemy Data is basically your beast scenario of the game, and we haven't fought anything practically that's worth a damn. So you guys see how TP they have, HP they have, and I believe when you kill them, they give you a little bio of... That's my fault. A little bio of how much EXP you gain, etc., what level they are. So there's really nothing you have to worry about for that one. Item, it's basically another collectathon thing where it's like, get every item, and DLC counts for some reason, I think. We're not going to do DLC. Unless I want to do a certain video that's themed around something, because I do have plans for that. And skits. This is basically how you can review skits if you ever want to go watch a certain one in certain ones. So you just go back and go like, okay. Records is basically like what you've been doing throughout the game, who you use the most, who's defeated those enemies, etc., etc. So it's really cool. System is a quick save, load, and options. Basically, if you want to change it from like hard mode to like it's the thing you see at the beginning of the game. So like that's how it is. That's how it's going to be for a bit. Now going on to skills. Skills are as is. You learn them for your Lithium Orb, and they give you different abilities. So Jude has Stamina. Stamina increases HP by 5%. So it goes to 523. Sorry. It's a little hard for me to read, and I know it's easy for you guys to like somewhat guesstimate, because the Elgato doesn't really do a lot of quality stuff like this. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's definitely a very good thing to have, and I will be swapping skills from time to time, and I'll probably keep that all on camera because there's a lot of things over it. Also, going over party, we can swap members from who we take charge of and who's the leader in the map. So let's say I'm tired of playing as Jude on the map, I can switch to Mila, and she shows up. But we're gonna keep Jude on, and we'll keep certain things on. So whoever's in player 1 slot is basically when you take control in battle. This will become a lot more accessible and useful later. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So gal is obviously money, and the time is how much you've been playing, and in little brackets is how much that you've been playing on your current like set. That's a lot to talk about, and I'm so sorry that this was super tutorial happy, but you know that's kind of what happens sometimes. Hello, monsters.
My Lilium orb is shining.
Mine too.
Wait, you two have orbs too? Great! We should try linked combat.
What's that?
Lilium orbs are handy things. They let you sense your companion's intent. That's a huge advantage in battle. You can coordinate your thoughts to pull off
Okay,
combination
linking
attacks.
isn't
call
as
this linking.
complicated as this
Sounds
makes
great.
it sound to be.
How do we do it?
Basically, what it does
Try and see
is
for
it
yourself.
gives you a bunch of
Focus your
skills to
consciousness
use.
into the
So
orb.
we'll cover this after the battle. But telling you guys right now, I'm always going to link up with whoever I think is necessary. So if you just hit the D-pad in any direction of the party member you want, that's who you link up with. Also, when you see that little like sword and sword crossover, you hit the R2 button, and that triggers the effect for you.
Victory born from cooperation and friendship. Not bad, right?
Yes, I quite like it.
I feel much better knowing I'm not fighting alone.
Right there with you, buddy.
I love the little like after battle thing. It's amazing to me because it's just hilarious. So as you can tell, the link skill for Mila is something called binds. What bind is if you hit an enemy, or I think it's when you hit an enemy or when certain things are triggered, she will actually seal it with a magical like barrier they can't move and you beat it down. Alvin has guard break, so whenever an enemy's guarding, he will just go like, yo, you're not gonna do it, I'm gonna shoot ya. So that's kind of the thing with Alvin and Mila, so yeah. Now we begin the actual meat of the game, of going around and doing whatever we can for the sake of progression or the sake of leveling up. So maps in these games are actually fairly big. And I'm going to go out of my way and find a lot of the treasure spots because we're going to be doing a lot of things with treasures and other items that we're going to need for material and grinding. And yeah, that's a weird thing about this game is I actually don't mind grinding in a Tales of game. I think it's actually very fun and very interesting for how you can build and how much you can learn. And like the skills will always have you coming back. And these goblins really hurt.
You have big hands.
Oh yeah, whenever you're linked to a character, you could like relink with like another character if you want. Sorry, I should have probably explained that. We're getting a lot of apple gels. Larger the combo, the better the guild, the EXP experience is. Yeah, that's pretty much like how a lot of the Tales of games work. So, I don't really have anything to talk about currently because I don't think there's a lot to cover right now. But yeah, let's just say the next episode is also going to be a little tutorial happy, depending if we do stuff right.
You know, I think there used to be a town around here. Want to take a peek?
But we haven't completed our job yet.
Come on, school's out. Your homework doesn't have a due date anymore. When you accept a request, you can take it at your own pace.
Is that the way it works?
That's the way it works. The whole reason you took the request
I
was to
don't
pay
think I
my
ever
fee,
saw the
right?
skit.
If you see another opportunity to make a few bucks, feel free to make that the priority.
I had been planning to get you paid in Nia Kara.
That's so? Well, you're the client. At the end of the day, it's your call.
Okay. Oh, seeds. Pickle Scorpion. Oh no, not the Pickle Scorpion. What a dumb name. I'm sorry, I have to bring it up. Oh, here you go, he's blind. Yeah, let's all gang up on one.
Is fighting the only answer?
Land
I
crab.
won't let anyone down.
Interesting.
So this is experience.
So yeah, I'm also trying to tackle this in such a way where it makes sense for me, because I don't want to like re-look at a note and go like, oh, I messed up. And yes, I am taking notes just to make sure that I'm doing anything in the sense that I want to do it. So yeah, I do have a very particular way of how I play the Tales of games and a bunch of other RPGs. So just fun little insight of how I do Let's Plays. Big ol' scorpion! Yay! You guys are actually really terrifying as like a beginning enemy. Because their attacks are kind of hard to read, you don't really know exactly how they're going to be doing stuff. Also, yeah, if you hit up on the analog stick, you jump. But you jump like you're on the freaking moon. Oh yeah, when you see this, you are able to do a certain thing, but we won't be able to get to that certain thing until much later. Because there's just a skill you get, and it's kind of interesting.
And that's a wrap.
Like, I'm trying to explain it without spoiling it for those who might not have played the Tales of game. It's just like one of those weird nuances that it's just like, should I say this? Should I not say this? Also, keep an eye out on the walls of most areas, because more often than not, there's actually going to be a lot of secret passageways you could take, and they give you a lot of good stuff if you know when to look for them or where to look for them. Oh, it's just... Dude, that way.
Is this really the only way?
Just keeps getting better.
So yeah, just expect, like, when we're in a map for the first time, we're gonna be just kind of messing around, finding anything we can grab, and grabbing anything we can touch, basically. But, actually, I believe we're pretty close on time for the most part. And I think getting to this part of the map is more than enough reasons to stop for a tiny bit. I'll see you guys on the next episode of Let's Play Tales of Xillia.